Let's talk about your boss. Is it a person or is it a set of calculations? By 2026, algorithmic management is becoming the norm. It uses data to assign tasks and track performance, but this efficiency often comes at a cost. It can strip the human element out of leadership, and that is a big problem. Here is the reality. Algorithms are great at speed, but they are terrible at understanding people. Research shows that heavy use of algorithmic management increases psychological distress in employees by over 100%. We are seeing a rise in burnout and even occupational accidents. Managing people through a spreadsheet doesn't account for human burnout. This creates a high-stakes conflict for your career. You are now in a battle with an invisible system. It prioritizes rigid metrics over human connection. As the workplace becomes more automated and sterile, your ability to navigate complex emotions is your biggest competitive advantage. You need to lead in a way the machines simply cannot. Think about the friction of being managed by a dashboard. It just shows numbers, not the effort behind them. This lack of empathy destroys psychological safety. When people don't feel safe, they stop innovating. They stop speaking up. They just follow the algorithm, even when they know there is a better way. To beat the machine, you have to focus on what makes you human. That is emotional intelligence. It is not just a soft skill. It is the ability to understand your own emotions and those of your team. In the AI era, this is your strategic advantage. Machines can't replicate genuine empathy or moral judgment. A machine can recommend restructuring the team, but only you can manage the human consequences of that change. Employees might feel threatened by automation. A leader with high EQ can manage that anxiety. They can foster trust and collaboration. They are the translator between the algorithm's data and the team's reality. Here is an interesting thing. Studies show that when people have to do a purely cognitive or analytical task, they might trust an algorithm more. But for emotional tasks, like resolving a conflict or building trust, they prefer a human. This is where you can't be replaced. Algorithms lack the shared human experience needed to build real relationships. So, how do you reclaim your influence? Start by prioritizing psychological safety. When an algorithm assigns a task that seems impossible, sit down with your team. Listen to their concerns. Don't just look at the numbers on the screen. Look at the people behind them and address their specific struggles. You also need to focus on building trust. Employees might accept an algorithm's decision on a simple task, but they won't accept it on something that affects their career. You need to use your emotional awareness to navigate these sensitive moments. Be the person who advocates for them, not just the person who enforces the data. Use the data the algorithm gives you as a starting point, not the final answer. If a report shows a team is underperforming, don't just punish them. Use your emotional intelligence to dig deeper. Are they facing a bottleneck? Are they burned out? The data tells you what is happening. Empathy tells you why. Your role as a leader is evolving. You are not a technocrat, and you are not just a visionary. You are a bridge between the cold logic of machines and the complex needs of people. You interpret the data, but you also understand the fear, ambition, and nuance that data misses. As AI takes over more tasks, the truly human skills empathy, conflict resolution, and ethical judgment become more valuable. AI can optimize a process, but it cannot inspire a team. It cannot calm a crisis. That is your job. That is the only way to win in the age of algorithmic management.